crypto market is down 7% for the day. And already panic is back in the market. So the market is 6.85% down and Bitcoin is 8% down in last 24 hours. Yes, that does mean that the Bitcoin dominance is slowly dropping. We are getting rejected. We tried to break higher, couple of fake outs there, and slowly coming back down. The RSI is showing there is a possibility it's going to break to the downside, and that means all coins are going to preserve their purchasing power compared to Bitcoin. So you are looking at this. Okay, this is a risky asset class, as we know. It's going down along with the stock market, which is also headed lower, which is currently trending lower, right? And then we see gold. It's slowly bouncing. Now, the percentage of gain is not that huge, even though, it moves with the breakout till the top, you still just make 15%. So here, yes, it's risky. That's the only reason why you get that much reward, right? We have seen many coins doing this. See, I was pointing this one out to my members, and it went well. See, it was around $2.3, $2.5 when I was like, okay, this is going to have a blast, right? I was literally informing like, okay, this is a micro cap which can actually do to 3 to 5x, and how you can buy that. And then it started moving in just 2-3 days. It just blasted. That was quick. Then if you look at current chart, it actually went up 168%. So yes, that was a micro cap and you had a ton of risk. But the reward compared to what you see here in the safe haven asset class is much, much higher, right? The risk is higher and the reward is way higher. So that's why when the crypto market is going down, people are in panic. They are here for higher ROI, but then the market drops. They don't know what to do. But let's see how low can these coins go down. If you look at XRP, this is a daily chart where you see the support resistance zone here. So if we are headed lower, how low are we going? The bottom support, we have respected this range for a long period of time. So chances are we are going to stay here unless we break from this one. We don't say like, okay, we are going way lower. This is a support range. Even on the recent downside here, we were supported. Then Bitcoin, right? So you need to actually look at what Bitcoin is doing, where the RSI is and how it's affecting the market. Then, yeah, we look at the macro perspective, right? So fundamentals are on one side, news and all stuff is there. We are watching through that. And then you have this price fluctuation, which we are following on a regular basis so that we know what is about to happen. Welcome to the Scientific Investor family, where we discuss crypto and science behind investing regularly. We talked about how to manage your portfolio, how to refine your portfolio, what type of asset you can own. This is kind of a good time. You look at the first 100 and you see a lot of coins in which there are fundamental coins, with proper project, proper expansion and all, now getting undervalued. So you can also check that on a 7-day basis and look for assets which are down, great, and they are near support and they do have fundamentals. So you can now buy into great projects. That's what you should be eyeing at, right? Right now, Bitcoin on a macro, say on a weekly, just following this area, we had this as a base. We broke that one down. We bounced, we came back, retested that range, but we are slowly getting rejected. Now, to maintain this bullish stance here, we need to make a higher low. So this one was the previous low of 33K and we came and managed to make 45. So next one, what we need is to make a higher low, somewhere around 38, somewhere around 34. At least, I think we may have an ability to make it 38 to 40,000 and then bounce. Now, why do I consider that range as a huge support day? Here, we saw that it broke higher above 40 and I think we are going to maintain that range. So in order to maintain that range, the RSI need to bounce from this support level, which it broke higher. Great. Now it's coming back down. A retest and a bounce is always great. If the MACD can bounce without crossing to the downside on a daily, that will allow this situation to play out. So now, at the same time, when you're looking at XRP, on a macro, we are still on this level of support. We bounced from there. It's just a small red weekly candle. So that usually doesn't say it's bearish. It obviously shows you a possibility of continuing the bullishness with the next candle having an upside. But yes, nothing is confirmed yet. We'll have to see how this week closes. Now, it's already the end of the week here, so just 2 days more. Saturday, Sunday, and it's done. So you need to actually see how the market responds. If the market is buying this back somewhere around 0.75, 0.77, in this range, then we are bouncing back higher. Now, the price kind of gives us a little bit of idea what we are about to do, if there is a possibility of drop and all, right? Yes, it actually does. Now, this is something like the normal charts which I regularly post on the Patreon, but this was a huge opportunity, a micro cap, but a heavy amount of risk. Whereas here for XRP, 2 days back, when I was sharing this with my members, talking about, there is a possibility of we going lower, revisiting that 0.78 range on a 12-hour chart, because the structure looks similar. Meaning, if you go on a shorter time frame structure, say you look at 4-hour, 2-hour, you see a fluctuation here. Now, you also get a confusion there because you had a possibility of inverse head and shoulder there. So if that's playing out, it may take the price to the upside. But the structure here shows that there was a possibility of we dropping back close to this range a little bit higher, making a higher high a couple of times. So now we are there. Right now, if you go to the price and look at the price on the same time horizon, then you're like, okay, fine, that now happened in the market. Fine, you're observing the market on that position, and if you are looking at it, yes, we actually got that, right? We were talking about this coming all the way now a little bit down, up, making a lower high, dropping down but higher than this one. So that's what just happened here. So these kind of stuffs, this kind of help you to actually understand, okay, there is a possibility it may drop. Should I buy more? Then at what price? If you are looking to buy more, it would be better for you to buy after the drop rather than buying it before the top and close to the resistance. Buying at the support and close to the support gives us the possibility to maximize the profit when the price bounces, right? So for those kind of stuff and these kind of rare picks which comes in, you can look at the Patreon. The link is given in the description below. That can support your portfolio because we post for a lot of asset on a regular basis. Now, jumping back, on the fundamental side of this, we do have to understand this is not going anywhere. This is kind of slowly increasing its adoption, its rate. Say UAE readies regulation to attract global crypto giants and build mining ecosystem. When the West is going against mining and that kind of stuff, they're like, okay, fine, we'll attract them so that we can make that revenue. That's not just one news which is like positive. You look at Ukraine and it's showing you that, right? It's already in top 5 countries on crypto usage, but they are going more deep. They are like, okay, fine, this is going to be legal, it's going to be legalized. So when countries are actually going on this route, don't say like, okay, this is going to be that bad stuff. I don't think so. Because that is a route where you're like getting yourself in an area which is a slippery slope and you don't understand what the next 3 years will look like. So you can't make a proper decision for your investments, right? Look at this. Stefan actually highlights this one, showing this is happening great. Amazon reaches global deal with Visa, and he's giving you the perspective, right? So when we are looking at this, okay, we get the connection all over and how they are going to use this technology. So this technology is not going anywhere. And I was really looking into this one like, okay, that's great. Coinbase just bought 40 million back. So I'm like, okay, they are in the US, and if this is true, then that means they're buying back XRP. So for what? Because they have frozen a ton of XRP for the XRP holders. Now they have to return it. If the code is saying this is not a security, then they have to give it back. And most likely people are going to move out from Coinbase for sure because they had a hard time in there. Right? What if the price just went to $3-5 in between? You missed the opportunity, right? So next time when they get the units back, I'm sure most of them will be moving out from that exchange, right? They put an ad and it crashes. So, they are not even prepared themselves. So now, when you are looking at all the stuff, you're like, okay, fine, I understand that this asset class is here to stay, and I make sure that my portfolio is following the money, because if you want to make money, you need to follow the money. And as you go through the ripples, Q4 report here, it's again growth. So they are moving with this same pace to the upside. It's not, stagnating. The company is expanding all over the globe with a lot of new use case, building onto the existing one. So at that time, when you go back into the price and look at this on, say, if you want to look at macro scale, what you usually do is go to 3-day or weekly here, and then you're like, okay, fine, we are having a little bit of lower trend here, where our previous high was put in at this top, $1. So right now, the recent high was like 0.91. So we haven't actually managed to put a new high in. But in the RSI, if we come, this one was the last high and we made a higher high. Now we need to make a higher low, excuse me for that, and lower high and then a bounce, which is possible as the MACD is showing it may cross to the upside. So the MACD, if it managed to cross to the upside, that means RSI is going to give you a higher low and the price is going to give that. So to get that clear idea, you can go on to daily chart and look at what does that mean. Your previous high was here and that low was here. Now the lower low you put in is here, so you still have a long room to come to 0.73, 0.75 and still bounce and still be in the bullish trend where you are having higher high, higher low and going for another higher high. So always follow the trend. So how low can this market go? Yeah, it most likely can go till 0.7, which has been a strong range of support for us like this. Now, the worst case, yeah, it can still go back down, but the possibility for that is rare, right? You get 5%, 10%, whereas this one, if you look at the number of times the price went into that range and respected that, that gives us the odds. As investors, we are looking for the probability. It's a game of probability and patience. So if you have both, great. If you are looking for a coin and movement with a higher probability and you have patience, you're going to win this game. So the game of patience, you need to have that resource, which is time, and then learn on a daily basis. So if this channel is helping you to learn on a daily basis, please do hit that like and subscribe button, because that supports the channel a lot. And do let me know your comments and suggestions. Say, for example, what do you need to know more? If it's price, patterns, trends, what do you want to understand? If I can help, I'll sure try to do that. So guys, I'll meet you on the next video. Bye for now.